Hello.
Hello.
Welcome to the Knit Girls. This is episode 50.
Wow.
It is March 13th, 2011.
I'm on spring break, so I no longer keep track of time.
We're not in favorite things yet. So anyway, welcome to all of our returning viewers, and welcome if this is your first time. We appreciate you giving us a shot.
I'm Laura, also known as Lala.
Thank you for going first this week.
Yes, I know my name!
I'm Leslie, also known as You Don't Call Me Les. And yeah, I guess we'll just go ahead and get started. We just ramble for an hour. Some people like it, so. Works in progress. Why don't you go first?
I have some mini mochi socks. I'm going to spear the mini mochi with the signature needles. They have a heel now, so this is the second sock. I am knitting them on signature 2.5 needles, and this is the mini mochi in color 103. So there's the first and second. No attempts being made to line them up in any way, shape, or form.
She just wants them done.
I just want these done. And if you were with us a couple episodes ago, I was talking about my loathing of these socks, but we were talking about the little pills that you get, that I get. I don't know if, I'm guessing other people do too, based on comments, and there's another one forming. So, but they are getting done. I've been working on them. I'm teaching a little girl to knit socks at our local yarn shop. Mm-hmm. So this is what I work on while I'm teaching her to knit top-down socks on double points. And she got through her heel this week, so I got through my heel this week. And I'm in the process of doing gusset decreases.
And
so,
I'm going to interrupt just for a second.
Okay.
I'm sorry. Mr. Awesome's got his spring cleaning bug. So if you hear slams and
because it's in the 70s here.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
It's gorgeous.
So I'm sorry for those of y'all who don't know.
I saw a woman in a halter top in Walmart that should not have been wearing a halter top.
But excuse the noise. Sorry.
So that's number one. And it actually is making me want to spin more than knit because it's so warm and gorgeous that I just want to take my wheel out on the driveway and spin, which I did for a little bit earlier. So that's number one. Number two is I'm resurrecting the pie shawl. This is the Shetland pie shawl by Wendy Johnson.
And this was a knit-along.
This was a knit-along that I never got done. That was out in like September and August. So there's the middle and second panel, and I'm on the third panel, and I am around 12, 13 in. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I'm on the 13th repeat. The pattern actually calls for you only to repeat it 12 times, I think. Yeah, 12 times, but I have some extra yarn, so I'm making this a wee bit bigger. And this is a lace weight merino silk blend, and it's like Samkind is the blend, and I can't remember the yarn company that it's from, but it's on my Ravelry page because it's been there forever.
This is something you had in the stash for a long time, right?
Yep, this is something that someone gifted me, and it's been in the stash for forever, and it's slowly but surely becoming a shawl. So I got one repeat of this done this week. So a wee bit of progress with that, but it's going more towards the forefront because I don't know. I kind of want to have something really nice to wear to Camp Kip. Mm-hmm. And I was like, I should finish that shawl, and then I could block that, and then it would be pretty, and I could wear that because that's kind of like a shawls you can throw on and off really easily and layer really easily. So it's not like a sweater where if it's 90 degrees there, you're not going to want it at all. At least there'll be air conditioning if there's 90 degrees. So that's that. And then I also have worked on the twisted socks. I'm getting a lot of knitting done this week.
You are. I can't believe how much knitting you get done.
So I did around 1.5 inches on these. So I think they were at the black part right here before, and now we're back on pink. I stopped for a couple days because I was contemplating heel choices. These are on 1.5s, and it's the twisted Fiber Arts in the Ravelry colorway. Their fingering weight blend. And So I think I'm going to do an afterthought heel on these just because they're striping so prettily, which isn't a word, and I know that, but it's true, they are.
They are very pretty.
I feel pretty. So I think I want to keep those stripes, and they're matching up almost perfect. I think one's off 2 rows from the other, but that's pretty perfect in Laura
For
land.
someone who didn't even try. I mean, there was no effort made to make it match.
When is there effort made to make anything match?
Well, different people, whatever.
So I think I'm going to do an afterthought heel on those. So I have like 4 more rounds to go because gusset heels you have to start a little bit sooner than afterthought heels. So I stopped while I contemplated that. And those are on some Nitpick circulars. I think 24 inches. And what else do I have? Because, wait, there's more. What's in this bag? Oh, the baby hat from last week, which is the Rainbow Marley out of the Itty Bitty Hats book, is ready for decreases. It's actually a little bit past where it is for decreases, but I'm just going to go with it. It'll fit. This was supposed to be the newborn size, and it's obviously not. It's 16 inches around, so I'm making it a little bit longer and
like
going to start. Size. Yeah, going to start the decreases, and it might fit my niece when she comes and visits this week.
This is true.
But I'm loving how it's just the different textures and the different yarns, how fun they are, and that's why it's a little bit wonky. You'll see it going in and out a little bit, and that's because these are all hand spun yarns from a big old bag that I was just pulling from, and now there's room in my bag, so that makes me very excited. And I'm magic looping those on some signature circulars, and that's going really, really well. I'm enjoying that immensely. And then the last but not least, I feel like I've been talking forever. Perhaps I have. Is I was working on, this is so silly, the Washington Square it's taking up like 4 bags this size. Like literally 4 bags this size
it's a
because
sweater.
It's huge. Because I'm huge, but this is the second sleeve. And I like to do my sleeves on 12-inch circulars, and these were made by Haya, although Addie also makes 12-inch circulars. So that's gotten around 3 more inches done on it.
I can't. I wish that I could. I love the idea of those tiny ones, but when I knit, I grab on with both hands and all my finger. I can't use smaller needles like that. I wish that I could.
See, I've tried the 9-inch circulars for socks, and there is no way.
Yeah.
No way at all. But or the elastic circulars for socks I've tried too, and there's no way on those either.
I've never heard of elastic circulars.
I have some. I'll have to bring. I'll have to bring them. When I first went sock crazy, I bought some, and they're very interesting, but they don't work for me. So, because they're 9-inch again, they're the smaller, but maybe someday I'll find a purpose for them, gloves or something. So that's it for what's on my needles, and that is all.
We were making show notes, and I was like, "So what are your works in progress?" Note. Oh, there's more? Okay, note. Oh, there's still more? Okay. Yeah, so. But you know what? She knits on all 5 of those things. There was progress made this week, so I can't say a damn thing.
It's a little progress when you have 5 things going,
still,
but it's progress.
I mean, it gives you variety. If you don't feel like lace, you go to a stockinette project.
And that's the thing, like the Washington Square is just too bulky in its entirety. Once I add the sleeves, it's going to be insane to try to take it places, so it's definitely going to be a stay-at-home. The pie shawl, it's lace, so it's hard to do while around other people. Even during like video chats, it's hard for me to work on lace. So I tend to not to do lace while I'm video chatting or talking to you on the cell phone or talking to Beck or, I don't know, watching podcasts, watching Netflix, listening to audiobooks. Although I can listen to audiobooks a little bit better.
I can typically do lace with audiobooks, but not if I'm watching something. It's harder for me to do that. So I have 2 works in progress. One is a design for a friend that I can't show you, but I will be able to show you in a couple of weeks. But I can't yet. And then the second is another, I'm test knitting for our friend Alan of Nama Nama. She told us it was okay to say that it was for her. And it's out of yarn that she gave us last year when we went to see her.
The usual base.
Yeah, this is the usual base. And as far as I understand, the colorway is called Lunch with the Knit Girls, because we had lunch at this amazing Cuban place when we went to see her. This is what it looks like. It's really neat. So it's got this kind of curly top, and the way that you get that is kind of something I had never done before, so I was a little bit wary. I actually had to go down just a little bit in the size that I thought I needed to knit. And then it gives you a really cool textured, almost plaid look with an interesting slipped stitch pattern. So it's going really fast.
I'm excited to knit mine.
It's got, I think I've got about another 2 inches to go on the leg, maybe an inch and a half. And then I'll be able to start the heel and move on to the foot. But I wanted to knit something that I could at least show y'all this week, since I can't show you the design just yet. But I like it. And this, I believe, is the first time I've knit with the usual base.
That's the only skein of the usual is the one that because I went through all my skeins of Nama Nama this week when she sent us the pattern to test knit, so I could pull out what I had in the usual, and that's the only one I had. I have 4 skeins of the special.
Yeah.
Which is a light fingering, and it used to come in 1,000-yard skeins, and now it's 750, so I have a lot of yardage there. So I think I'm going to do a clapetty out of one of those, but
I think I have one other color of the usual, but I think it was the cupcake colorway that she did.
Oh, I like that.
But yeah, so this is what it looks like. I'm really digging the way that the finished effect that it has. I don't know what her plans are for releasing it yet, so I can't say. But as soon as I know, I'll tell y'all. I think that it's going to be one of her inclusions when you buy a certain amount in her shop, but when I know for sure, I'll pass it on.
Cool beans, yo.
So those are my works in progress.
And
I'm going to go ahead and show you the FO, even though I already showed y'all this once, but it wasn't blocked. Well, now it is blocked, so I'm going to show y'all. This is the Pagona out of Bluebell and Fulmiza.
That's a Stephen West pattern.
It is a Stephen West pattern.
And it's part of his first West Knits collection. There we go.
And
or you can buy it as a standalone.
So I blocked it last night after it had been sitting over here for 3 weeks unblocked. And I've got all the goodies for this is my swap shawl for the Knit Girls swap shawl thing. And it's going out, the deadline is Wednesday, I think. It'll probably go out either tomorrow or the next day.
Cool.
And I've got all the goodies for it. And so it's ready to go. And I'm glad that it's done, and I'm glad that I can show it because it's a little warm in here now. And I'm sporting my Hateful cow shirt.
You have to show the back of it.
Boobs, sorry. Okay, so you have to tell me if I'm in frame because I can't see.
Well, pick up your hair so people can read what it says.
Sorry.
There you go.
Didn't your mother ever tell you something?
Not to mess with girls with pointy sticks? Is that what it says?
I don't know.
Not to mess with a woman with pointy sticks, yeah.
So this was, it's actually funny. This was something that Muriel and Stacy came up with. I don't know if they're going to sell them or what. I'll have to ask. But she sent them to us a few weeks ago, I think.
Yep.
So,
and we got that other package for her.
And this is the first chance I've had to wear it. And I know, since so many of y'all love us when we wear crew necks, we figured we'll just keep the tradition alive.
That's pretty funny.
So you have FOs too?
I do. I have my shawl swap. It's done and blocked, and it makes me so happy. And the ends are woven in, and they're cut.
All right, I'm going to turn the fan back on.
Done.
If there's noise, I'm sorry. If it gets really loud, I'll turn it off.
So I did the Ishbel for my swap partner out of Casbah. And I was really, really happy with how it blocked out.
It is so soft and so pretty.
That's what that looks like.
Oop, sorry, my bad.
Everything just fell.
You can just give it to me. I'll hold on.
Yeah. Alright, so there's that, and that's going to get packaged and probably sent on Tuesday because I have to run Mom to the doctor's, and she just told me that that's in Germantown, so that'll be a fun commute tomorrow and drop off her car because she got in a fender bender a couple of weeks ago and has to go get her car fixed now. The other 2 things that I finished are Starving Musician beanies. This is the beanie version of the Starving Artist. So here's the first one. Are you going to put on the second one? You wear slash so far back, it's funny.
I'm sorry. I do everything wrong.
It's here. So the one that I'm wearing is an awesome, awesome yarn. It's so soft.
Yeah, you're making me want to go buy some of this yarn.
It's another crafty girl. And she's on Etsy, and I'll flip it around. She's also a member of our group. I actually found the shop. She had joined our group, and in her intro thread to the group, she talked about how she had an Etsy shop. And I tend to click over when y'all do that. And I saw this colorway, and I was like, ooh, it's purple
really
and green. And you could tell just by looking at the picture, it's super soft. It's her Aran weight. So, I got that, and I actually have a ton left over. I'll show y'all how much I have left over. This is how much I had. Yeah, you can take that off. This is how much I had left over from the Ishbel, and then this is how much I had left over from the beanie. So I probably have enough to do at least a cowl, if not something else. And I'll probably just do a cowl that's seed stitch at the bottom, stockinette, seed stitch. Just something plain and simple, because the yarn is awesome.
Yeah,
and I
really
may
nice.
have gone back and gotten some sock yarn today. I won't say that for definite. And the red one is some Kramer yarn. What was that? Shirley?
Shirley, I think.
Shirley. It's a bulky cotton wool blend that I hand dyed. So there's that. There's two of them. So 3 finished objects.
The Starving Musician pattern published?
It is coming out today. Probably before this goes up, it will be done. We have to take pictures of me and these
Oh, that's
first.
true.
We need pictures, and then but it's all written and ready to go. So, yay! That makes me happy. And that'll be a free pattern that'll be available in the Ravelry shop, the Lala's Knits Ravelry shop, just like the Starving Artist is. So that is that. So that's it. 3 finished objects.
That's
not
it.
too shabby.
She's only got 3 finished objects.
Well, the hats go so fast. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, my FO was something I didn't even finish this week, so I got nothing to say.
Well, you finished some other secret knitting.
I did finish some secret knitting, which I will share with y'all as soon as I can.
Yep.
I'm not going to get into it. So, alright, now your stuff's taking up space. Alright, I got no spinning, so it's all you again. It's the Laura show.
Surprise. I feel as if I should have like a sing-along song for the Laura show. So I spun some last week, and I forgot this at home, and I wanted to show y'all it before I spun the other half. So this is a bat. It is 3.2 ounces. It's from Sarah Kate Fibers, which is, I'll show you their card in their Etsy shop. So there were 2 of these little bats rolled up and stuck in there. And this is actually something that I'm spinning for the owner of my local yarn shop. We were at the Arkansas Fiber Arts Extravaganza, thank you.
Oh.
And she saw this and really, really loved it. And I told her that if she bought it, I would spin it for her because she does a lot of things for me all the time. So this is the first half in singles, and it's just going to be a 2-ply. And it's glittery and pretty. And it's so funny because my ladybug, which has a red wheel, if y'all don't know, now has red glitter on it. So it matches my wheel, and it makes it all pretty and shiny. But this is the first half of the 3.2 ounces, and then I'll spin the other half. And so these are in bat form, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take off the pretty ribbon, unfold it. This is how I'm spinning this. And actually, these people were really, really nice at the show, and I've told y'all earlier in the year that one of my goals for this year is to be able to spin bats a little bit better, because I'm not so good at the spinning of the bats. And they were telling me how they spun bats, and that really helped me out a lot. They were very sweet. I love it when we can share information. So this is the bat, all unrolled, and what I'm just going to do is I'm going to grab a little bit and strip it. And I'm just pulling it with the fibers so that the fibers are staying facing all the same direction. And so I'll
have red
just
glitter all over the floor.
It'll be so pretty. And so I'll just spin right off of this. I won't even pre-draft a whole lot.
I find with bats you typically don't have to because they've been carded so well and they're already smooth.
Yep.
With bats it's easier.
So let me roll that back up. And stick that back in there. And so that's how I'm going to spin that. The other thing that I'm spinning is kind of been a long-term project. But I fell back in love with it this morning because I really wanted to finish this up and spin it. Then I was like, no, I haven't shown them the singles, and I really wanted to show you all the singles of the bat before I finished it and plied it. So the other thing that I started spinning again is this is the Polworth fiber from Crown Mountain Farms. And I have a whole pound of this. This is the first 4 ounces. The second 4 ounces is on the wheel right now. I have around probably 2 ounces to go. I'm hoping to finish that up this afternoon, and then I'll let it rest overnight and ply that tomorrow. So that's super exciting. And then I'll start on the next 4 ounces. I really, really love Crown Mountain Fiber Arts, how they do their fiber. It comes in a big 8-ounce bump, essentially. And when you... Oh, that'd be fun. And when you undo it, it's kind of like pencil roving, and it's been kind of like a skein of yarn.
Yeah, so this is what it looks like when you get it.
No, that's the sock hop. That's the merino.
Okay, but it's
the same concept.
Okay, same concept. Yeah, so it's when you unwind it, it's just like a skein of yarn.
And I just roll mine into a big ball.
And it's this pencil thin.
And I just spin it right off of there. So what I did was I just spun it and like wound it into a big ball. And then when I thought I was around halfway through, put that big ball on a scale and said, oh, it's 4.1 ounces is left. So I kind of stripped it down until it was 4 ounces.
Exactly, yeah.
And now I'm on the second half, so I think that's going to be an awesome way to do it. And at first it was a ball as big as my head, and now it's a ball that's like that big. So I'm really excited about that. If you have a suggestion about what I should make out of that after it's spun, I would really love to hear it because I'm kind of on the fence. It looks like right now it's going to be around, I want to say 1,500 yards of a fingering. We'll see how much I actually get. Mm-hmm. I was thinking the Urusol by Jared Flood. I looked up Polworth in Sheep's Clothing, which is an awesome resource spinner, or you want to know more about different breeds of sheep. And they said it's it's the second softest next to, what was that? Now I'm blanking. Merino, thank you. I was like, it begins with an M. Merino, and it's good for baby stuff, and it's got a nice drape to it, especially if it's spun worsted. So I'm spinning it worsted, so I'm thinking a shawl might be awesome, but it might be too busy with what's going on. But I want y'all's opinions, so if you know of a shawl that takes around 1,500 yards of a fingering weight that you think it would look good in, that would be awesome. Or if you have another suggestion, what's your idea? I'm always scared.
Spin it all. You should be. I think you should spin it all as singles.
Uh-huh.
And then knit me a beautiful wedding shawl.
Out of those colors?
I don't care.
Those aren't really your colors, though.
See how she's justifying?
No, but they're not. You don't typically like yellows and oranges.
It would be a lot of work and it would amuse me.
Oh, okay. How about this? You set a date for your wedding, and then I'll contemplate it.
Yeah. Don't you have a book to review or something?
I do. This week I ordered some stuff from Amazon, and I was like, I'm $10 away from free shipping, and which for me is an awesome way to spend extra money because you're going to spend that $10 on shipping typically anyways. Why not get something fun? So I had heard from Wendy Knits and from Knitter's Review, Clara Parks, and from Knit Spot that this was a really awesome book. And so it kind of hopped in my cart. It's Charts Made Simple. It's by J.C. Briar. It's an independent published piece. It's by Glass Irish Publications. And I was like, I don't know what it's really going to teach me about charts because I'm sometimes cocky and I'm like, I know how to use charts. I know how to read charts.
In your ability to read charts.
But I don't know what it's actually going to teach me. And then I started flipping through it. This book is amazing. Not only if even if you've never used charts before, if you've had issues with charts in the past, it is so in-depth and it goes into so many things. So if you're a designer and you use charts to design, it's awesome for that. It just goes, if you've ever been knitting a lace shawl, and let's face it, or something lace, or something with a chart, and you're like, oh no, my stitch count is off. And you don't know what to do. It goes into that too. So some key points that I really love. Charts are for every knitter, and she talks about different ways of knitting. So not just throwing, not just continental. She also talks about left-hand knitters that work each row from the left to the right, then create new stitches on the left-hand needle, and she has a picture of that. And then combination knitters. So she really goes in depth. She doesn't talk about Portuguese, but she really, and I would really consider Portuguese more like it's its own method, but the way you do it is kind of like knitting continental. But she really goes into depth about that. And there's great pictures. It's a black and white book, but the pictures, the clarity on them is amazing. And then some other things I really, really like. She shows the knitting and the chart, and how to compare your knitting to the chart, and how to read your knitting, which is probably one of the most important things that I ever learned when it came to knitting.
Especially
how to
in
look
knitting
at
lace.
look at a piece of knitting and go, oh, that's a yarn over on my needle. And that should be a yarn over on that chart, or there shouldn't be a yarn over there on that chart. What's going on?
Yeah.
So it's fabulous for that, and it's got some great things. It goes into cables, and it actually shows you different ways that cables can be crossed with very clear, comprehensive pictures.
I can't tell if you like this book or not.
I really like. I can't wait to sit and read it, like read it a little bit more. And I did read it, but I kind of skimmed. But she's hilarious. My favorite, like, she just does this little things just to give you a little hint of what her tone is. Mind the gap. Does a gap in the chart mean that you'll have a gap in your knitting? Common sense will give you the answer. And that just cracks me up. I want to meet her in person. I think that'd be fun. She's going to be, I'm trying to think where she's going to be. She always goes to the Sock Summit, I think. And then at the end of each chapter, there's a summary. And then there's a little quiz to see that you really learned what you were supposed to learn. And the answers to the quizzes are in the back. So it's almost like a textbook manual of how to use charts, not how to make charts, but I found it very helpful as someone who creates knitting designs and has to create charts.
I love how you just avoided calling yourself a designer.
That's an ongoing thing that we talk about, how I don't think of myself as a designer. But it's really, really interesting, and I think anyone could really benefit, regardless of your skill level, from this book. So I really, really enjoyed it. And I will say really 15 more times, because it is really, really good. I got my copy off of Amazon, like I just said. It is a self-published book, so you might have a couple issues finding it locally, especially at your local yarn shop. But like before, whenever you want a book, and always ask your local yarn shop if they can get it in. The worst they can say is no, and that way you're supporting them. But I thought it was very, very cool, and I can't wait to read the rest of it. And it has socks and everything. It's very neat. So, Charts Made Simple, Understanding Knitting Charts Visually by J.C. Briar. Very cool. And that's the book review for this week. Favorite things? Do you want to talk for 5 seconds so I can not talk for 5 seconds and drink my water out of my bottle?
Sure. Why not? So this week, and we talked about this a little bit last week, but we didn't have the items to show you. So Nama updated for the first time since being back in the States. And she's going to update monthly, and she tells everybody ahead of time when it's going to be. So there is you do have to stalk for it. You do have to sit and refresh, and then when it comes up, grab what you want. But, and I'm sorry, I can't change the way that is. She can only die so much. Hopefully it'll calm down a little bit. But, so we both were stalking on the day that it went up, and we both got a little bit. So I'm going to show y'all what I got.
Yay!
So let's start with the fiber. This is the first time that I know of that she's made her Doppio fiber version available as a top that you can purchase. So first I'm just going to show y'all the packaging. She's changed her artwork and her theme. And it's very like simplistic
Very
and modern,
clean.
and it's very clean. So this is
And they have stickers, which are adorable.
Yeah, so she has, little phrases on there. This one says, "We believe in well-worn jeans, a crisp white shirt, and hand-knit socks."
And if you want to see all of them at numanuma.com, I think it is, it's got her whole viewpoint laid out, and that's one of the things.
So I actually haven't even opened this yet. Alright, here we go.
That's pretty.
So I got 2, because I'm greedy. I'm sorry. So the first one will shock no one in my color choices. This one is called Sangria. And hers is a 70% merino, 20% cashmere, 10% nylon blend.
That would make gorgeous socks to spin for socks.
So it's very soft, and I like it quite a bit. And then this one, I think is Sea Turtle. Yes, yeah. Sea Turtle. And I've seen this one in the yarn version. I hadn't seen it in the top. Well, I don't think she had dyed it in the top before. But again, same blend, merino, cashmere, nylon.
So how do you think you're going to spin these?
Sea greens and blues. This will be a shawl. Absolutely no doubt whatsoever in my mind.
Are you going to 3-ply, like Navajo ply to keep the color?
No. I will either 2-ply it, or this might be my first single. Like my first... that will be an end product of a single. I don't know. I'm going to wait, and I'm going to split it in half and see how it spins. But if it spins really well and I feel like it's sturdy enough, it'll be a single. But really looking forward to spinning this. I'm really looking forward to spinning so many things. One day I'll have time to spin it all. Okay, let me put this back in here. I also got some yarn. And her saying this on this bag is, "Numa Numa is more fun than a barrel of monkeys," which I happen to agree with. So I got 3. One I gave to Laura because it was one that she wanted, and I was greedy and grabbed it. So we just traded. So here's one. This one is avocado denim, and that's again the same blend, merino, cashmere, nylon.
This one is inked.
In a lovely color, and that one is inked.
And I love the tags on her yarn now.
The purple one is mine, 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 and you can't have it. But this one I'm going to donate to the 1-year Podiversary giveaway because it is still kind of hard to come by. And why not share with you guys something that I love so very much. So I'm going to put this in the big bag of stuff that goes for the 1-year Podiversary. I've said it on the podcast, and now I can't keep it. So if you'll toss it over there. And inked is purple, and mine, mine, mine. You can't have it. And because if you spend $100, is that what it is? If you spend $100, you get a little something extra. And this time it was a sample of the special, 500 yards per 100 grams. I don't know if this is 100 grams or not, but it's handwritten tag, and it's a really pretty sort of grayish green. I'm not sure if it's
gorgeous.
Really
that would be a really pretty scarf, like a lace scarf, or a small shawlette.
So I don't know what it's going to be yet, but I love that she gives you something extra even. So.
And the pattern as well.
Yes, and she did include a pattern. This one is called the
That was if you bought anything, you got the pattern.
And I won't show you the pattern, directions, but this is what it looks like. Sorry for the glare. So that got included in there as well. And again, nice, clean, simple design. And I think she lays things out really well. So that's enough of my exuberance of the Numa Numa. So why don't you show what you got?
Leslie scored for me some Doppio, and this colorway is Spiced Apple. It's browns with a hint of red, very fall, very pretty, a little bit of greens running through.
It is very pretty.
I like it a lot.
Makes me think of apple cider.
Yes, me too. And then I managed to score some of the merino fiber in Scooby Snacks.
I love this. It's so happy.
So that's 100% merino in the Scooby Snacks colorway. So I can't wait to spin this up. I've spun Ellen's fiber before, her merino, and I've loved it every single time. So I'm very excited to be adding some more to the stash, and I have a feeling it's not going to be in the stash for long. It's just based on previous experience with her fiber. So that's what I got from Numa Numa, so that's very exciting. Now we have a prize, another prize to add to the prize pool.
So our friend Seashore Sharon who we met initially at Fling. She's definitely one that I consider a friend of the show, because no matter what we do, she's always willing to contribute a prize.
She's awesome.
Or, throw a few bucks towards,
shipping costs
or
whatever else.
So
Sharon is one of the sweetest people I've ever met.
So this is what she made for our group, and it's a handcrafted bag. And you want to know how I know that? Because it says so. Handcrafted. It's Sharon's Seaside Cottage, I think. Yeah. So it's a quilted bag. It's got a really nice sturdy pull on it, and it's flat. It sits flat.
Ooh, I like that design a lot.
So she used different colored strips, different coordinating strips. And it's a nice big size bag, and I love the little button for decorative purposes. So this will also go into the prize pool for one of our lovely viewers. And we would like to say thank you again to Sharon, because she's always one who's willing to throw in, and we appreciate that. So I'm going to put this over there. The rest of the stuff.
Spring break. It's spring break.
Yes, it is.
So Kobe and I are very excited because it's spring break. Friday afternoon, spring break started for me. I have 9 whole days off in a row.
You have family coming in.
And I do. I have my sister-in-law and my brother and my niece all coming. So that's super excited that they'll be here from Tuesday until Saturday.
That'll be fun.
So that makes me super happy, and it's good to spend time with family and all that jazz. So it'll be fun. I'm planning on getting a lot of knitting done and a lot of watching of Mickey Mouse Clubhouse with Julia.
Next week's show should be very Laura-centered, because she'll have a lot of time to
Hopefully. That's fingers crossed, because now that we've said that, I'm not going to get anything done. But I came home Friday afternoon and wound. I have some designs that I need to be working on. I wound all the yarn for that, and then I had a whole plethora of patterns that have just been sitting that I printed out, and I put them all in plastic sleeves, and those are getting all put away. They're sort of in piles right now. I have to put them away today. But I feel like I'm getting stuff accomplished. I cleaned out the stash a little bit, reorganized all the numma-nummas now in one drawer.
It has its own drawer.
So that made me very, very happy. So, and hopefully I'll get lots of knitting done, and maybe some of these things next week will be finished objects.
That would be cool.
That would be awesome.
I have no such luck. In fact, next week is a busier work week than I've had in quite a while, because I will be with vendors from 8 a.m. until 5 p.m. and I'll work half an hour from where I live. So anyway, it's going to be some long days for me. Next week's show will probably be light again for me on the knitting front, but maybe I'll get some spinning in, because that's always nice to come home and spin.
Yeah, I agree.
So speaking of spring break and doing extra things, we have 2 events in April that we will both be attending. The first is Camp Kip, which is going to be hosted by Jackie of Kipping It Real, and all the 3-day or whatever, however long it is, the spots are already filled. But I think there's a couple day pass spots left, but I'm not certain. You can go to campkip.com and check and see.
We're day passing it.
We're day passing it, which is good, because I realized that I have the Ann Fields 3-day class that Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and then that Friday is Camp Kip. So I'm going to be off work for like a week and a half next month. I should make sure I have those days off. So we will be in St. Louis for Camp Kip on that Friday. We may stay for a little bit on Saturday, and then we'll be home. And then next weekend, or the weekend after that, is Stitches South. And we just firmed up plans this week. We will be going to Stitches South.
Yay! I've never been to Stitches before. I'm so excited.
No, we have been to Atlanta before. That's where
Yes.
this one is in Atlanta. Last year when we went to see Alan, and we were able to get in touch with Alan, and she, invited us to come down. So we're going to go and spend a couple days with her and go to Stitches and do a couple other things. So if there are enough of our viewers who are interested in doing a meetup or something, post it in the Ravelry thread for this episode, and we'll figure out a meetup on Saturday or something.
We'll figure out something.
But we're not going to plan anything unless you guys want us to.
And we don't know the layout of the land, because we've never been to Stitches before, so
yeah,
we might need a tour guide.
So, but we're excited to go to Stitches. I've never been to one. In fact, I've never been to a really big wool market of any kind. So Arkansas Fiber Arts is the biggest wool event I've ever been to, and it's like this big. So I'm excited to go, and there are a couple of people I want to meet while I'm there, so.
Yay! That'll be so exciting.
I'm very excited to go and to spend time with Alan and to meet some of our viewers, so.
Cool.
Laura got a haircut, y'all.
I got a haircut.
I love that we put it in favorite things like the end of the episode. Like nobody's noticed yet.
Monday I was pulling up my hair and I broke 3 hair bands, and I decided that this was a sign from someone that I needed to chop off all my hair. So that afternoon I went and got my hair all chopped off.
Yeah.
So part of the reason why I had so much knitting time is I got my hair chopped off on Monday. Tuesday I actually had free, I didn't have any classes. This is the first time I had a class that I'm teaching on Tuesday in forever. And then Wednesday I got to go to the dentist. So
Yay!
I had lots of knitting time at the dentist. So no cavities,
Yep.
yay! So that was very exciting. So I got some knitting time in there. And Thursday I promptly came home and fell asleep at 8 o'clock. So really, really fun week this week, but I got all my hair cut off and the kids told me it made me look old.
Those kids,
they're super fun.
they have lots of tact, but you know, they're teenagers.
It was only 1 or 2 or 5.
I'm drinking here.
The 6th grade girls are all like, "Oh, you look so pretty." And they say that any day I wear makeup, they're like, "Oh, you wore makeup today. You look so pretty." It's so sweet.
It's a
Kids,
nice
they
ego
can make
boost.
you feel the best person in
This
the world,
big or this big?
that small, and it goes so fast between the two. But that's why I chose middle school, because it changes on a daily basis. You never know what you're gonna get, and it's kind of fun that way. But anyway, that's about it for me. I'm so excited that my niece is coming in on the spring break.
We have one more thing. Swedish Rose,
Oh, that's
who has a shop called Begin Designs. It's BEAGIN designs.etsy.com. She is doing color coordinated markers for the spin along. So the colors in the spin along, I'm not going to say, because if you haven't been spoiled, I don't want to spoil you. But she's going to make marker sets in I think 3 different sizes, and you get 12 markers for $6, and the colors will match the fiber colors.
So if you've already been to the Start Your Engines thread on our Ravelry group, we release the patterns that are going to be for the cowl. And I want to clarify, we would love it if everyone spun and knit, but we know that some of you aren't spinners, and that's perfectly alright. If you just want to
knit along,
use whatever yarn you have and knit along, that is perfectly alright.
Yeah.
We are equal opportunity knitters. We don't want anyone to feel left out. So that's awesome, and I can't wait to see what yarns y'all choose for some of those patterns. I haven't decided on what I'm going to make yet. Have you decided on yours?
I'm not going to make my shawl because I've already done it twice.
The Make It Work shawl is one of them, and actually Leslie's offering that is 50% off for the duration
and
of
there's
the
a
cowl.
coupon code in the thread, so I don't remember what I made it, but you can look it up there. I might do Demeter Shawlette again, or I might do, there was Age of Brass and Steam, I think was one.
I think that's going to be what I do, because it makes my little steampunk heart soar. Other patterns were Boneyard, which is another one that I really want to do, but I only bought 4 ounces of the fiber, so I don't think I'm going to be able to get the yardage. Oh, I could do Boneyard out of that. Meh.
Train of thought?
Other things include the Starving Artist hat, and we kind of let y'all vote on them. So we picked out the top ones from kind of each category. We wanted different weights, and we wanted some other different things. We wanted a couple that were free, a couple, you know, everyone wants free, and that's totally awesome because I like free stuff too.
Yeah.
But we also picked out a couple that cost money. So do whatever you want, essentially. I think there's 7 patterns or 8 patterns that you can choose for. A whole bunch.
I know that all the fiber is dyed.
Yep.
And I know Stacy was beginning to print out shipping labels for U.S. people today. So I expect that they should probably be mailed out next week, but still be plenty of time to get it before we start on the 1st of April. And yes, Jessica, we are waiting until the 1st of April to start spinning. Yes, we are. And that's all I've got.
Don't make us kick you out of the group, Jessica. I love messing with Jessica.
That's Show Me Your Knits on Ravelry, who posted a little note like, oh, we have to wait? Yes, Jessica.
And Jessica's a personal friend of ours, so we can kid with her with love.
That's all I've got. And we will see you guys again next week after Laura's had a whole week of spring break. So I hope that we can see some of the items finished. I hope she gets done with these mini mochi socks just so she doesn't have to
They're making my knee, if y'all have noticed, my nose has been itching and I'm trying not to touch my face, but it itches so badly because of the stupid fiber that's coming off these stupid socks.
And I'm in my swirly chair. And when we go to Atlanta, we're going to IKEA and we're getting some damn chairs.
Yay!
Very excited about that.
Some new chairs. That's on the plan.
Oh, and I'm working on my new craft room this week. It's probably as we do post-production and I have to wait for the file to do what it's got to do. I'll go start cleaning it out. I got the paint and, we'll maybe in the next couple of weeks we'll move into that room. We'll see.
Yay, moving party.
It'll
be fun to have our first anniversary in the new room.
See how she just set a deadline on me and she doesn't have to do anything? But okay, yeah, I'm seriously done this time. We're at like 45 minutes, so I think this is good. And you can find us where?
Facebook, Flickr. No, well, you can find us on Flickr. You'll like
Plurk.
that. Plurk.
Ravelry.
Twitter. That's what I was thinking of when I said Flickr.
Our site, TheKnitGirls3ls.com.
Ravelry. Did we
Ravelry.
already say that?
Yes, we did, but it's worth repeating. Let's see. I finished the sock, the first sock for the Afterthought Heel tutorial. Hopefully I'll have that up at some point this week. I finished the sock part. I haven't done the heel part. I got to video that, and hopefully that'll be up this week. And
that's about it.
That's it.
Thank y'all for watching. We adore each and every one of you.
Yep, and we will see you again in a week.
Bye, y'all.
Bye, y'all.